Alright, the anime openings this year have been pretty good. This season is really stacked with hyped up shows and continuations, so I have some expectations. Let's get into it. Mirai and Love. Hold on, I'm kind of getting jiggy with this. I'm gonna fuck with this. Hold on. Nice little switch up. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, from the cover I expected this to be an anime opening, but that's a banger. I like the switch ups, I like the beat, and when it switched up it kind of gave me a retro vibe. I like the visuals were weird, it was psychedelic, it was kind of trippy. Even though there really wasn't any animation, they still made it work somehow. We're starting off strong, I really like this. I low-key might have to start watching this anime. Next up, A Loner Life in Another World. Alright, not much to say. I think the song overall was decent. It didn't really leave a strong impression on me. It didn't make me want to hear more. The strongest thing about this opening is the visuals. The visuals were really good. I like the colors and the art style, like some of the transitions and editing. But aside from that, again, the song was decent. I felt like it was missing something, so I'm gonna put it in meh. It's not bad. Next up, Reincarnated as an Aristocrat Season 2. Alright, I don't know how to feel about this one, with some really odd choices with some of the sound design, like the scream towards the end that felt really out of place. When the beat dropped, I felt like it didn't really flow well, it didn't really transition the best. I also feel like certain parts of the song don't really fit well with the anime. I do think it's better than the first opening. The first opening, I put it in anime opening, but this one is a little bit better, so I'm gonna put it in meh. Was definitely interesting. Next up, Let This Grievance Soul Retire. Alright, we started off strong and we're already slowing down. It was rather boring. I'm gonna have to put it in anime opening. Next up, How I Attended an All Guys Mixer. Yeah, it's a cute opening. It was solid all around, but nothing really stood out to me, so I'm gonna have to put it in meh. Next up, The Most Notorious Talker. Alright, pretty straightforward. Even though they didn't do anything crazy with the beat, there was no switch ups, and the beat drop was non-existent, for some reason I still enjoyed this, so I'm gonna put this in solid. I don't know why. Next up, I'll Become a Villainess Who Goes Down in History. I don't have anything to say. It wasn't terrible. I'm gonna put it in meh. Next up, Tying the Knot with an Amagami Sister. Okay, visually it was pretty good, but the song was kind of whatever, didn't really care for it. If the visuals weren't so strong, I definitely would put this in anime opening, but I'll put it in meh. Next up, Re:Zero Season 3. Okay, not bad. I think everything all around was solid. Definitely gets me hyped and interested to see what's gonna happen this season. The only negative thing I can say was the beat drop was kinda weak, but other than that, I enjoyed this, so I'm gonna put this in solid. Next up, Akaro Trip. Alright, not much to say, another all-around solid opening. I think the song gets better as it goes on, so I'm gonna put this in solid. I didn't expect to like this. Next up, Mushroom Pup. Okay, another cute opening. I don't have anything to say, so I'm gonna put this in meh. You know, I hate when it gets like this. It's just a streak of just slog, mediocre songs. They're just not really doing it for me. It's not really getting my body moving. A lot of uninteresting songs so far. Hopefully it gets better. Next up, 365 Days to the Wedding. Alright, decent visuals, the song fit perfectly with the theme of the show. Not bad. I'm gonna put this in solid. It's simple, but it gets a point across. Next up, Negative Positive Angler. Okay, a very peculiar opening, some really weird and odd choices with some of the sound effects. If it wasn't for the excess amount of auto-tune, I could have enjoyed this. I definitely would have put it in solid, but I'm gonna have to put it in meh. Next up, Blue Box. Alright, obviously visually it's really good. The song was solid, the vocals were good, you know, all around nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna put this in solid. Also, I like how the visual matched the climax of the song. Next up, hey. Okay, like this nice little slow down, nice little switch up. What we going? What you hit me with? Come on, talk to me. Okay, I'm fucking with this. Hey, hit that shit. That's everybody listening to this opening right now. They're levitating. Alright, goddamn, that's straight heat. That's a certified classic. It's a bop. It gets the body moving. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Visually, this is the best opening in the last couple years. It has so much style and swagger. Artistically, and the way it was directed, I fucking love it. The colors were on point. The transitions with the characters, just the way their body was moving. Also, when I was listening to it again, I didn't realize that they're doing the fucking Carlton. Like, you can't tell me this is not one of the best openings. Whoever did the editing fucking cooked. Yo, teach me the ways. And don't get it wrong, because the song itself too is really fucking good. Definitely one of the best. Like the switch ups, like the beat switch, like the rapping, like how it flowed. Very energetic. I will say I do prefer the second half, but the first half is still amazing. There's just something about the second half. It's somber and emotional. Damn, this is tough because this is tied with Ocean No Code Season 2's opening, which I thought was amazing. Yeah, this was fire. Next up, Mechanical Arms. But you can't stop the feelings. Alright, not bad. I expected this to be generic and boring, but it was different. It had good visuals. The song definitely gives off sci-fi mech vibes. Now, my only complaint is... What? Hold on, what the 4K, dude? Why? What was that shot? Regardless, I'm gonna put this in solid. Next up, Rurouni Kenshin Kyoto Disturbance. Okay, I really like this band. They just did Ocean No Code Season 2's opening. They did Bleach Part 1's opening. They did JJK Season 2's first opening. And they did Go Go Loser Rangers opening. But I will say I think this is one of their weaker openings. It's a lot more normal and simple compared to the other ones where you had crazy switch ups, different beats, the inflections in their voices, the sound design, all the different sound effects, just the way everything flowed. But it wasn't bad. I think all around everything was solid, so I'm gonna put it in solid. Next up, Trillion Game. Alright, not what I expected. I thought it was gonna be more grandiose and bombastic. Since the title is called Trillion Game, I thought it was gonna be more over the top, but it was just very slow and chill. Didn't really care for the song, and the visuals were very basic. I didn't hate it, so I'll put it in meh. Definitely could have been better. Next up, Magical Girls Inc. Okay, again, not what I expected since this is a magical girl show. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in anime as anime opening. The song was whatever, didn't really care for the song. The visuals though, for some reason reminded me of Gumball. And just the way the characters and the scenery blended together, it was throwing me off. Just a very interesting choice. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Next up, Gun Gale Online Season 2. Okay, at first I was gonna put this in meh, but after listening to it again, it's honestly just a regular rock song, which isn't a bad thing. I like how it doesn't sound too much like an anime song, so I'm gonna put this in solid. I feel like low-key you can bump this on the regular. Next up, Tohai. Alright, another one that's not what I expected it to sound like. Since it's a dark theme show, I expected it to be dull and brooding, but it was the total opposite. It was very energetic, it was upbeat, it was jazzy, and the visuals were solid. Definitely get that gambling vibe. Feels like I'm about to hit up the casinos in Vegas. I'm gonna put this in vibe. This kind of made me interested in wanting to check out the anime. Next up, Tombo Season 2. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Very different from what we've heard so far. It was chill, calm, and relaxing. The singing was good. It kinda gave me 80s, 90s vibes. I'm gonna put this in solid. The song low-key puts you in a good mood. Next up, Bleach Part 3. Alright, I want to be biased as fuck and put this in certified classic, but it's a banger. It had my head bopping. The song was good, the vocals were good, the inflections were on point. Visually, it was beautiful. I love the color grading. This definitely gets me hyped to watch each new episode. Come on, Bleach doesn't miss with their openings. Next up, Orb on the Movements of the Earth. Alright, this was a really good opening. I like this one a lot. The singing was great and the visuals were on point. I definitely get that intense and emotional feeling, which reflects the show heavily. I'm gonna put this in vibe. They did a good job with this one. Next up, You Are Miss Servant. Alright, visually very interesting. Like the different art styles, the way it was animated. I think visually this is the second best one so far. I like this song, especially after the beat drop. The pacing got faster, the vocals were good. This is another one where it doesn't really feel like an anime song. Very impressed by this. I'm gonna put this in banger. Yeah, I really appreciate the different styles. Next up, Terrified Teacher at a Ghoul School. Okay, this one caught me by surprise. It's nothing amazing, but definitely not what I expected. A lot of things going on, a lot of wackiness, goofiness, shenanigans, like some ad-libs, you know, characters just interjection with some dialogue. It's energetic, it's entertaining, it's somewhat comedic. The song isn't bad and the visuals are good. This is a very solid opening. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Next up, Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. Alright, yeah, that was fire. Let's just go ahead and throw it in banger. The song was good, the beat was really good, vocals were on point, love the energy, the visuals were mostly good because there was some CGI, and I think when it comes to openings, there should absolutely be no CGI, and it also has me worried for the later episodes this season. That's the only negative thing I can say, so we'll see how it turns out, but overall, still really enjoyed this. So far, Shangri-La has not missed with their openings. Next up, Blue Wolves. Okay, not much to say, just a solid opening. The song was solid, it had good singing and vocals, and the visuals were solid. So I'm gonna put this in solid. I liked it, it was nice and simple. Next up, Demon Lord 2099. Alright, this is somewhat disappointing because the song does get pretty good after the beat drop. That's only for 20 seconds. Everything before that is whatever, it's okay. It has solid visuals, but that's really about it. I do wish it kept the same energy before the beat drop, so I'm gonna have to put it in meh. Next up, the stories of girls who couldn't be magicians. Alright, it pains me to do this, but I'm gonna have to put this in ass. I don't know if it was the mixing or the vocals, but the song was kinda bad. It just wasn't doing it for me. Also, the visuals did not match the pacing of the song. The song was a little fast, upbeat, but the visuals were kinda slow, not much happening. It was kinda awkward, but the art style and colors, fucking beautiful. I will say, if you're not watching this anime, give it a chance. Next up, Blue Lock Season 2. Okay, didn't really care for the song. The song was whatever, it was decent. I will say it's crazy how even the opening doesn't have any animation. There were a few shots that were animated, but most of them were CG. Aside from that, artistically and the way it was edited is really good, but I'm gonna have to put this in meh. Next up, Rama and a Half. Man, if it isn't Usere Yasura, I don't want it. But this was decent. The song was okay and visually it was good. I'm gonna put it in meh. Next up, the healer who was banished from his party. Yeah, I don't need to hear it anymore. That's an anime-ass anime opening. Next up, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon Season 5? Alright, the visuals were good, but the song was kind of ass. I don't know what's going on, but low-key these songs have kind of been ass. They're just not hitting. I don't know what's going on. You know, I wish I had a face cam so you can see me, because usually when I'm recording I stand up, but I'm sitting down on the floor. It'll get better eventually, right? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. There's still 11 openings that I haven't ranked, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of them in meh. You know, there was no point in wasting time. I legit didn't have thoughts on them. You know, some of them had good visuals, but the songs themselves just very boring, uninteresting, didn't care for them. The kind of intros that you hit the skip intro button. I know at the beginning of this video I said I had some expectations, you know, because usually the fall season, one of the best seasons, but I'm disappointed. And not just with the openings, because when I was listening to the openings, it made me realize this season just entirely is kind of disappointing with a new anime, but that could be a separate video. Honestly, I think the summer season had the best openings. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, like and subscribe, share with whoever you think might enjoy my content. Other than that, I'm out.